Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gratitude Tuesdays here at Capital Recovery Center. My name's Raina, and I'm one of your recovery coaches. So last week, we started talking about an article from PositivePsychology.com called What is Gratitude and Why is it so important? So we're going to kind of pick up from where we left off with that, which it brings us to why gratitude works. So it says people can use gratitude to form new social relations or to strengthen current ones. Acts of gratitude can be used to apologize, make amends, and solve other problems. Alternatively, people may feel gracious because it can be an intrinsically rewarding process. Simply being grateful for being alive is a great way to motivate oneself to seize the day. The idea that tomorrow is not guaranteed is a strong motivator for some people to be their best self today, right? Because we can only live in the here and now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. So it's always great to make the best of it while we're here. So why gratitude works. Gratitude is a selfless act. Its acts are done unconditionally to show to people that they are appreciated. And that keyword being unconditionally. A gift that is given freely is one way to understand what these acts are like. They're not done to, get anything out of it or to be recognized. They're just done to show that you care about someone unconditionally. For example, if someone is sad and you write them a note of appreciation, you're likely not asking for something in return for this person. Instead, you're reminding them of their value and expressing gratitude for their existence. At the moment, you are not waiting for a return note from this person. So again, it's not being done because you want something in return. It's doing it just out of the kindness of your heart. And even when we do not expect a return, sometimes they happen. Gratitude can be contagious in a good way. In the previous example, maybe when you are down, this person will write you a note too. So then it goes on to talk about the two processes gratitude can influence. The one is catharsis. And it says catharsis is the process in which an individual releases strong emotions. For example, after a stressful or traumatic event, crying provides a means for such a strong release, rendering the activity cathartic. Catharsis works with gratitude. So if there's anything that helps you, work through something or release those emotions and your feelings and everything that are kind of built up. To illustrate this, consider the guilt associated with failing to meet obligations. Perhaps in this situation, you would express gratitude to who you let down in an attempt to release that guilt. The acts are meant to convey the appreciation that the friends possess despite a recent disappointment. Additionally, possessions from past loved ones may provide a sense of serenity that enables the new owner to reflect with gratitude on that object and, in essence, that person. I think that's an important one because a lot of us, after losing loved ones, we obtain certain things that just remind us of them or, make us feel a little less lost or upset because, they're no longer with us. So the use of gratitude serves as an agent of catharsis, where both parties feel satisfied in the end. The other one is reciprocity. Reciprocity as a concept from social psychology is about the exchanging of actions. In this case, it is about the exchange of positive emotion. When someone performs an act of gratitude for another person, in turn, that person may be motivated to do something gracious for the former person or continue the favor for a stranger. That concept of paying it forward, which we talked a little bit about that last week, about doing something nice for someone. And, I've had people, pay for my food when I'm standing in line at Wawa. And then in turn, somebody comes up short and I pay it forward to them, because it was given to me. And it's just the positive things, keeping that going. Imagine having coffee or a meal with a friend and they politely demand to pay for the outing. You may quibble back and forth about splitting the bill, but should they insist, you're likely to feel grateful and an extended duty that the next meal is your treat. Kind of what I was just saying. And I've learned, like, the older that I've gotten and the more I surround myself with people who are just there because they legitimately care about me and aren't there, because they want something in return, that when they offer, I thank them. Because going back and forth, sometimes you can insult somebody, like they're trying to do something nice for you, and sometimes it's just nice to let them do it. So in essence, this is exactly how reciprocity works. So the next section talks about trait or state. Gratitude is regarded as either a trait, dispositional, or a state of being. As a trait, an individual practices gratitude as part of their daily life, and it would be considered a character strength to possess gratitude. As a trait, gratitude can be developed with practice and awareness. So even if you don't feel like you have much to be grateful for or aren't sure, what gratitude looks like or how gratitude feels, it's something that you can learn along the way. When a person experiences the rich emotion from someone expressing gratitude for them, it is referred to as state. Gratitude is both of these, a trait and a state. The state of being grateful is a pleasant experience studied by philosophers ancient times. This next section provides a richer context for how this emotion functioned historically in the mindset of people and societies. So it looks like we're going to delve into a little history lesson here. And we're going to talk about philosophical perspectives on gratitude. For at least 2,000 years, intellectuals have been considering the important role gratitude plays in daily life. Ancient and not so ancient philosophers such as Cicero, Seneca, and Adam Smith preached the importance of giving thanks. Cicero and Seneca thought of gratitude as a key virtue foundational to any successful civilization. So, to be clear, it's not just ancient and historical philosophers who were interested in gratitude as a virtue. In the last few years, several papers describe gratitude from a hybrid psychological philosophical perspective, as well as from an outright philosophical perspective. Recently, a paper argued that Jean-Paul Sartre's beliefs are actually aligned with the modern positive psychology movement, since Sartre wrote about gratitude as a character strength. So all these things that they've been talking about for hundreds of years all kind of come together because there's been, in my opinion, there's been a uprise of, finding gratitude and finding the positivity in life and like people coming together as a whole. So it's just showing you like, this isn't something that, just came about. This has been going on for forever. If gratitude is a foundational human emotion, then it makes sense why humans have been studying it for millennia. Our species benefit from it in so many ways. So the next section talks about religious and spiritual perspectives on gratitude. Unsurprisingly, religious and spiritual movements have explored gratitude too. Theravada, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are some of the main religions with writings on this. Historically, many religions referred to gratitude strictly regarding the need to be thankful for a higher power. More so, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism stress gratitude as an integral step on the path to a good life. And that's very important. When you're in recovery, trying to find gratitude and things to be thankful for can ease the pain and the frustration of, thinking about like the guilt or the shame of, I am not for words tonight, of active addiction. So, a lot of 12-step programs and other self-help groups talk about finding that higher power as something outside of yourself to be grateful for and to look for, to help you, guide you through your life in recovery. For example, in Judaism, followers of Yahweh are encouraged to start every day by being grateful for waking up again. Hey, that's wonderful. Open your eyes and just be grateful that you did, because some people don't. Some psychologists believe that Christianity, as another example, incorporates as gratitude to God that binds many Christians together. So finding that common ground for the gratitude in God, helps them, form and come together as something, as one. So for Islam, the purpose of the 5 daily prayers is not to ask Allah for anything, but instead to show gratitude towards Allah. These 3 religions offer a unique role of gratitude, and overall one of thanks for this existence and who created it. And again, it's one of those things where you don't have to be part of an actual religion or anything like organized, but just having that concept that there's something outside of you that you can turn to. There's something greater than you that you can turn to. Then it goes on to say, in older writings of Theravada Buddhism, gratitude connects practitioners to their past. Today, gratitude and the concept of karma is a driving force behind philanthropic Buddhism in China. Like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, gratitude plays a unique role in Buddhism historically and presently. So there you go, karma. You put good karma out, you get good karma back. You put bad karma out, you're probably going to get bad karma back. So several recent studies explore the relationship between religious gratitude, such as a gratitude to a higher power, and well-being. My sentence got cut off. The research in this field of positive psychology. Not sure what happened there, but. So let's look a little bit about the modern psychological perspectives on gratitude. So more recently, positive psychology has expanded research on the importance of gratitude, largely led by researcher Robert Emmons. Emmons has authored several papers on the psychology of gratitude, showing that being more grateful can lead to increased levels of well-being. Some of Emmons' work has also dealt specifically with gratitude in a religious setting, highlighting how feeling grateful towards a higher power may lead to increased physical health. So here's an overview of 9 recent psychological findings related to the study of gratitude. So the first one we're going to look at is enhanced well-being. Expressing your thanks can improve your overall sense of well-being. And we've been talking about this for a while now on Gratitude Tuesdays about how, expressing thanks or having gratitude in your life can improve, in so many ways, your like stress and health and energy and like all these different aspects. So grateful people are more agreeable, more open, and less neurotic. Furthermore, gratitude is related inversely to depression and positively to life satisfaction. This is not to say that depressed people should simply be more grateful, as depression is a very complicated disease and struggle for millions of people. Instead, perhaps gratitude practices need to be a part of the therapy and treatment for people who struggle with depression. And that's true because we've talked about doing a gratitude list at the end of the day, writing gratitude letters, gratitude jar, all these little activities that can help you start to shift your perspective into something more positive. And obviously, if you start thinking more positive, it can help you, people struggling with that depression. So let's see, the next one. if I can tell, is deeper relationships. So gratitude is also a powerful tool for strengthening interpersonal relationships. People who express their gratitude for each other tend to be more willing to forgive others and less narcissistic. Giving thanks to those who have helped you strengthens your relationships and promotes relationship formation and maintenance, as well as relationship connection and satisfaction. And that's so important, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to surround myself with people who are just take. You want to look for, those people in your life that you can, give to, and that, I hate to use the word take because it sounds negative, but it's not. It's like an exchange of that positive reinforcement and gratitude between each other. So it says giving thanks to those who have helped you strengthen your relationships and promotes relationship formation and maintenance, as well as relationship connection and satisfaction. Knowing that the people that you surround yourself with appreciate you just as a person, not even about like what you can do for them or what they can get out of you, but just for being the person that you are. And it goes a long way with helping our self-esteem and other aspects of our lives. So the next one is improved optimism. Dr. Evans and Dr. McCullough did a study in 2003 exploring the impact of practicing gratitude. After 10 weeks, their research conveys that people who focused on gratitude showed more optimism in many areas of their lives, including health and exercise. When people are optimistic about their well-being and health, they may be more likely to act in ways that support a healthy lifestyle. That's, if you're self-loathing and you're unhappy with everything about yourself, it's very hard to find something to be grateful for. And it talks about including health and exercise and promoting a healthy lifestyle that, sometimes I hear people say a lot, if I could just get my foot in the door at the gym, I can make it work. And it is like getting over that little hurdle and just being like, okay, I'm going to do this one thing. It starts to like create a snowball effect and can help our overall well-being. So the next one is increased happiness. And who doesn't want to be increasingly happy? So it says, I don't know how to pronounce a couple of these names. I'm doing my best. So Sitchy and Peters conducted a study asking people to write and deliver a letter to someone for whom they are grateful. After the task, their happiness levels and life satisfaction were dramatically impacted, even weeks later. In the pursuit of happiness and life satisfaction, gratitude offers a long-lasting effect in a positive feedback loop of sorts. Thus, the more gratitude we experience and express, the more situations and people we may find to express gratitude towards. So again, it's that karma concept. You're putting it out there into the universe, and that positivity is going to come back to you. Next one, number 5, is stronger self-control. And I thought I put these in here, but apparently I didn't. All right, so stronger self-control. Self-control helps with discipline and focus. Long-term well-being can benefit from self-control. For example, resisting nicotine in cigarettes for someone who is trying to quit smoking. Self-control helps us stick to the better choice for our long-term health, financial future, and well-being. A study by Steno in 2014 found that self-control significantly increased when subjects chose gratitude over happiness or feeling neutral. One of the study's authors wrote, showing that emotion can foster self-control and discovering a way to reduce impatience with a simple gratitude exercise opens up tremendous possibilities for reducing a wide range of societal ills, from impulse buying and inefficient saving to obesity and smoking. So that's a lot of like things you don't think about, like impulse buying, insufficient savings, obesity, and smoking. All these negative acts that I have done: impulse buying, don't save, I smoked, drug addiction, all these things where we go out and try and find something outside of ourselves to make us happy. And, this talks about how just practicing some gratitude can help us in the right direction. Being thankful can provide us the resolve we need to make choices in our lives that serve us emotionally and physically in the long run. As this study highlights, there are so many applications to using gratitude as a path towards healthier humans and communities. Which that takes us into the better physical and mental health, which in 2015, there was research done to show that patients with heart failure who completed gratitude journals showed reduced inflammation, improved sleep, and better moods. This reduced their symptoms of heart failure after only 8 weeks. It's pretty powerful stuff. And the link between the mind-body connection aligns with how gratitude can have a double benefit. For example, the feeling of appreciation helps us to have healthier minds, and with that, healthier bodies. And I think it's a great thing to get in the habit of doing, is that gratitude journal. I mean, and it's simple. It can be one thing before you go to bed that you're grateful for that day, or, many things depending on the day. Let me see. All right, we have a couple more here. An overall better life. Over the last 2 decades, the evidence supporting the benefits of gratitude has increased a lot. Consider this quote from the Wall Street Journal's article, "Thank you, no thank you." Adults who feel grateful have more energy, more optimism, more social connections, and more happiness than those who do not, according to studies conducted over the past decades. They're also less likely to be depressed, envious, greedy, or alcoholics. Well, that's a very good sign for those of us who struggle with addiction. And aside from increasing well-being, psychology research shows how practicing gratitude, in this case, gratitude towards a higher power, can reduce levels of stress. Practicing gratitude can decrease levels of depression and anxiety. And again, these are all things that we have talked about in the past. From different articles and different studies, like they all have the common ground and the common oh my goodness, my brain is not working today. They all have the common idea that gratitude can increase the well-being and so many different aspects of your life. Next one, number 8, is stronger athleticism. Studies from researcher Long-Hung Chen found that an athlete's level of gratitude for their success can influence their levels of well-being. More specifically, adolescent athletes who are more grateful in life are also more satisfied and tend to have higher levels of self-esteem. Gratitude also affects sports fans. Fans' levels of gratitude influence their happiness, connection, and identity with the team. In turn, stronger fan support and pride can influence the performance and pride of the team itself for representing a greater team. Terry McKeever has applied these findings to her team, and with incredible success. As the women's swimming and diving coach at the University of California, Berkeley, McKeever has incorporated gratitude exercises into her team's practices and also won 3 NCAA national championships in her 20-year career there. So it's not all about the physical exercise that goes into playing a sport, but the mental and emotional exercises that play a part as well. For McKeever, gratitude expresses help prepare her athletes for productive practice, as well as help foster cohesion within a team. While McKeever is talking about gratitude in the context of a swim team, The lessons she shares can be useful for any sort of leader, whether it is a coach, teacher, manager, or parent. And that's so true. I mean, I'm sure many of you know what it's like to work for somebody who is negative and angry and, you know what I mean? That just wants more out of you than they're willing to give. But when you have somebody as a leader who is positive and energetic and, reinforces that, to create a happy workplace or a happy team or what have you, it goes a long way with coworkers and team members. So number 9 says stronger neurologically based morality. Neuroscience is beginning to explore what gratitude does to the mysterious human brain. One study measured the brain's response to feelings of gratitude with functional magnetic resonance imaging, or an MRI. These researchers elicited feelings of gratitude in their participants and found that gratitude increased activity in areas of the brain that deal with morality, reward, and judgment. Interesting. These neural findings are interesting, and we get further studies. Is gratitude associated with morality? If so, this supports why philosophical and religious thinkers have used gratitude in the formation and the maintenance of their societies. It will be interesting to see what is in store for future psychological investigations into gratitude. So we're going to end there. And I know that was a lot of information and a lot of scientific aspects of it, but it just goes to show you how gratitude is not just, something that we experience in recovery or something that's on an emotional level. It covers such a wide variety of things in your life. So if you would like to come in and join us and take part in one of the gratitude activities that you can start practicing at home or here with us, or just to share your experience with us, please come down and join us for any of our groups. We would be more than happy to have you. It'd be great. So I don't have to talk to screen all by myself. I have people to enjoy it with me. And I would be very grateful for that. So with that, I will see you